Are you one of those people that loves the themed hotels Las Vegas used to put up? Well, we've got one for you today. We are setting sail for pirate-infested waters at the one and only Treasure Island. You can walk the plank, get a fun pic with a big-masted ship, go to a honky-tonk, a Mexican fiesta, a crab shack, or play at low-limit table games like you were downtown.
All that and more we found at TI. Plus, is it not in a great location? And wait till you see the prices.
So get ready, because this adventure starts right now.
Treasure Island, one of those great themed hotels built in the 1990s, and one we haven't featured on our channel in over 4 years. Well, guess what? We're gonna fix that right now. We'll talk about its great location on the Strip, the target clientele it wants to attract, and of course, we'll throw in a little bit of history. The neighbor next door may have closed its doors, but TI is going strong. At this place, there's as much to see outside as there is in the building. So, let's get across the street and get to exploring. TI sits at the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Spring Mountain/Sands Avenue. Back in 2015, that 3-story mall structure was added right out at the sidewalk. You gotta agree, although that LED is eye-catching from all angles, it sure lost a lot of curb appeal in the transformation. Before we go on, let's just get this over with. This is Sands Avenue looking east. This is Sands Avenue Bridge to the Wynn. And this is the Boulevard corner, mutated and wrapped in metal for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Looks like some kind of futuristic movie set, what do you think? It looks even messier at street level. So of course, this corner is part of the Las Vegas Strip circuit for the Formula One qualifiers and race that are set for next weekend, November 21st through the 23rd. Those fast little cars will be doing 50 laps, turning at this intersection, all while being viewed by an international audience. As we crossed the pedestrian bridges on our way to TI, we noted this media stage being set up. Formula One is a big deal. As we said earlier, TI is a sweet spot on the Strip. The Venetian and Palazzo are directly across the boulevard. On the far corner, the magnificent Wynn and Encore. And across Spring Mountain, all the amenities of the Fashion Show Mall. Let's start our exploration of the property right here at America's largest pharmacy chain, the behemoth that is CVS, with an entrance directly off the sidewalk. CVS started life in 1963 and now has about 10,000 locations across the country, including a bunch right here in Las Vegas. Note that there is a second entrance indoors at the bottom of the escalator from the pedestrian bridge. That's very convenient if you're staying at the hotel. Now, by the way, who knows what CVS actually stands for? Well, you always learn something right here at LVIO. It stands for Consumer Value Stores. You may be wondering what happened to the Avengers Station exhibit that used to be on the upper level. From 2016 until January 1st of this year, this immersive exhibit based on the Marvel Universe featured a huge retail store, plus authentic props and costumes from Avenger films. We actually visited there in 2019 for our channel, and it was well attended. Not sure exactly why it closed up shop. Okay, that took a long time to get across the street, didn't it? But we are finally here, arriving at the coolest, the only wooden boardwalk on the Strip, and not ashamed to say, we absolutely love it. All right, how about a little history? Treasure Island opened in 1993, built by Vegas visionary Steve Wynn. He and the resort's designers took inspiration from the classic book by Robert Louis Stevenson and built a pirate-infested fantasy on the Strip. Not necessarily for kids, but for the kid in all of us. The lagoon out front is 65 feet deep and originally held 2 million gallons of reclaimed water. For the first 10 years, Treasure Island presented the Battle of Buccaneer Bay multiple times at night, featuring an epic battle between these two beautiful ships. It featured a cast of 22 actors, plus cannons and pyrotechnics. What a spectacle! For its 10th anniversary in 2003, T.I. painted this one white and debuted a sexy new show starring a female cast called The Sirens of T.I. That one lasted another 10 years. By the way, who remembers Sandra Bullock performing heroic rescues in this very lagoon in Miss Congeniality 2? In a town where fun theming has been all but eradicated, we still love this exterior, not gonna lie. And we're not done yet. Back in 2012, Señor Frog's opened up on the boardwalk. This place is a perfect fit for its location. The franchise is popular in tropical resort destinations and promises authentic Mexican food and a party atmosphere day and night. We'll talk a little more about that when we get indoors. And holding an enviable amount of real estate directly at the Strip is this Western-themed eatery, Gilley's. You may remember a version of it at the Frontier. It found a new home right here at TI in 2010. We always like to take a minute for the marquees, and this one is hard to ignore. It was put up in 2003 when MGM purchased the property from Steve Wynn and scaled back the pirate theming. It's an impressive 137 feet high and 84 feet wide. But who remembers that original marquee? The one with the 8,000-pound fiberglass pirate skull. Memories. You know what? We actually saw that guy in the Neon Boneyard just a few years back. Well, as much fun as we're having outside, we eventually need to go in and see what TI has to offer for the paying guest, right? So far, we've talked about two owners, Wynn and MGM. In 2009, TI changed hands again and was sold to businessman Phil Ruffin. He bought it for $775 million and spent $20 more to refresh it. Just inside the main doors is this homage to the Sirens of T.I., a custom-built chopper that merges beauty and art, man and machine. Treasure Island has an extraordinary number of gift shops. We'll see more, several more, later in the video. Meanwhile, let's take a spin through the casino. The resort offers 95,000 square feet of live gaming in an atmosphere lit by the neon of the slot machines. There are twists and turns in the casino that keep it interesting. Plenty of variety in the slots. And a table games area as well with low limits to rival Fremont Street. When Ruffin took over, he specifically targeted a middle-class clientele and ended up creating the best value for this great location. Just compare a stay here to Palazzo or Encore. So, is there any of that great 1993 theming left? Not much. Up top above the main entry are still some fun architectural elements like Ladies of the Sea. And the original design has been left intact as you enter the valet drop-off area as well. With the sale of MGM back in 2003, the resort lost some of its identity, but if you look, you can still find remnants of the fantasy. Speaking of fantasy, looks like they're getting festive already. As we were doing our walkabout, we kept stopping by to see the progress on the holiday decorations. As far as we're concerned, one of the best features of TI is their Golden Circle Sportsbook and Bar. First of all, it's huge. Second, it's open 24 hours a day. We love the framed jersey and collectibles on the walls, the slot machines right in the sportsbook, and how the sportsbook itself is literally integrated with the restaurant. If it had been open when we were there, we would have grabbed a table for lunch. Another spot we like is the Breeze Bar on the casino floor near hotel check-in. What a nice comfy room to enjoy a cocktail. Plus, it's adjacent to the tables area. Down this way is TI's lobby and check-in. Let's go take a look. We always thought this was an interesting design choice to have huge walls of windows in the lobby looking out to the pool deck. Treasure Island has a 36-story tower encompassing 2,885 hotel rooms and suites. And here's where your budget-friendly thing comes in. Check their rates online for the best deals. As you'd expect, there are a variety of room sizes and price points, including many rooms with fabulous strip views. Paul and I stayed in a suite here in the summer of 2020, and it was a terrific experience. We haven't found any information that rooms have been done since then, so they may still look similar to this. If you know different, leave us a comment below. The best part of it was this spectacular strip view. Imagine being able to see Formula One from here. It was August when we stayed, so we'll also give you a peek at the tropical pool deck. Nothing missing here, all the elements for fun in the sun. Cabanas, misters, palm trees, and sparkling water. We mentioned gift shops earlier. This one is unusual. It's open 24 hours, and that's uncommon here on the Strip. It's at the back of the casino on your way to Mystere, and it appears to be very well stocked. On the opposite side near the main lobby is this gift shop, already dressed for Christmas. This one features a selection of TI-themed giftables. And then Gilley's has a gift shop as well, appropriately named the Trading Post. You'll find logo items and Western wear right here. What else will we find in this direction beyond the 24-hour gift shop? Well, there are a couple of food outlets, a frozen yogurt shop, and a pizzeria. And the one sure place where there's always a line, the perennial Starbucks. And at this time of year, you can bet they're offering up their cozy holiday favorites. We are approaching the home of the longest-running Cirque du Soleil show ever, the beloved Mystere, which opened in December of 1993. Check out this ceiling medallion. You just know it's going to be otherworldly. This was the very first anchored Cirque show. The theme takes the concept of a desolate landscape and decorates it with color, whimsy, and extraordinary human performances. Mystere has been voted Best Production Show in Town 9 times. Oh, and here's one more gift shop we forgot to mention earlier. As you know, Las Vegas resorts just keep updating and reinventing themselves. So, brand new to TI is this, The Cove. It's a bar and arcade featuring over 50 video and arcade games in an 8,000 square foot space that is being promoted as both kid and adult friendly. All right, let's wrap this up with a look at the dining options on the TI property, starting with this one. Gilley's is a honky-tonk saloon and barbecue joint that originated in Texas. They do lunch and dinner, offer live entertainment, and you can even try your hand at bull riding. That is, the mechanical kind. They weren't open yet today, but a few years back, Paula and I had lunch in the patio part of Gilley's where the walls are loaded with Western memorabilia. The pork sandwich earned a big thumbs up, and me, I was eating healthy salads. The other eatery we first encountered out front, Señor Frog's, is accessed right here on the casino floor. They weren't open for the day quite yet, but this is one of our favorite little bars on the Strip. The theming in here just shouts fun, and that's before you even try the margaritas. Well, it appears the Seafood Shack has gotten a Tony upgrade. It's now rebranded the Las Vegas Yacht Club. The decor in this nautical-themed bar and restaurant brings to mind fun seafood restaurants on the coast in the best way. The staff promises they will bring the ocean's fresh bounty right to your plate with market-fresh catches. And that anchor salvaged from the Atlantic Ocean still presides over the dining room. Moving up to the front of the casino, we find TI's fine steakhouse named Phil's after its owner. The interior looks elegant and classy, and the menu offers up prime cuts of beef and daily specials. This jade sculpture of a horse signals the entrance to Pho, home to the most authentic Vietnamese cuisine on the Strip. Noodle soups are the house specialty. It's now 9:40 a.m., and the breakfast crowd has been lining up at the coffee shop all morning. This casual dining restaurant offers up traditional comfort foods for breakfast and lunch just steps from the lobby and the casino. Now, we didn't stop in today, but this tower of suites in the windows did catch our camera gal's eye. And last, a small food court as you arrive from the pedestrian bridge. It features 2 outlets, a Popeye's chicken, and display cases full of fresh Krispy Kremes. It was this small dining area, though, that caught our attention. We just love these vintage black and white murals of the glory days of Las Vegas. An unexpected surprise back here in the corner. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the inside and out, to coin a phrase, of Treasure Island. After 31 years, 3 ownership changes, and the ups and downs of this ever-changing tourist destination, TI still has the goods to compete with the big boys.
Well, my friends, what do you think? Las Vegas continues to fascinate. When we haven't been in a place in 4.5 years, it's like rediscovering it all over again. And I have to say, I had a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why it's one of my favorite places, because it's individually owned. That Phil Ruffin owns that thing outright, and he's doing a heck of a job with it.
You know, funny you mention that. When he bought it in 2009, he was the one and only individual that owned a resort on the Strip. Everything else was corporate.
Yeah.
And since then, he also bought Circus, FYI.
Yeah, I only wish they'd bring the pirate ships back, and have some more of them battles right out on the Strip. Those were fun.
Everyone loved them.
We love those.
Anyway, the boats are great for a photo op, but it would be nice to actually see some, hardy har out there.
All right. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Anything else you want to tell those nice people right in there, in that camera. Can you see them, Paula? Yeah, right there. Miss Paula.
One quick one. We don't say this too often, but we are this close to 34,000 subscribers. And every time that turns into the 000, we get excited. We're like 20 away. So if you haven't subscribed and you're thinking about it, hit the subscribe button. We would love you for it.
Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.